actually, you can type it or you can write it down on a piece of paper. It's up to you. Okay, you can type it or you can write it down in a piece of paper. It's up to you. I like to personally show you the video. I don't like taking pictures of it. I'm already giving you a lot of the information from the test. So I prefer that you write it down on your own accord. Okay, so, but, I mean, the good news is that I will be putting the video in there. Okay, so anyways, let's start with number one. The conviction of Ennis Cosby. Cosby's killer was aided by the DNA analysis on a hair that was crucial evidence in the case. This hair belonged to the killer and was found on his cap with murder weapon. Okay. Okay, so number two. Also, if I'm writing too fast or if you need to go back to it, again, I'm going to put the video after I'm done with Zoom in there. So after I'm done, you can always go back to it, okay? Anyways, okay, so number two, Wayne Williams was convicted of serial murder, mainly to the strength of fiber evidence. What was one of the main reasons that convinced the jury about the fibers in Williams' case? It has a lot to do with the probability calculations. So investigators did probability calculations to establish the chance of the fibers found in a location, Okay, so it had a lot to do with the probability calculations. In number four, in the Wayne Williams case, the fibers that proved to be the most crucial evidence were made of two types, acetate and nylon. Number five, the hair in the trunk of Casey Anthony's car was in doubt because they used mitochondrial DNA, which could have come from other family members. Okay, what type of fiber is the most prevalent? That means the most common plant fiber is cotton. Plus three types of crimes likely to be solved with the use of fiber evidence. Now, there's many of them that it can be used. Many types of crimes. Okay, but I guess the main ones that were mainly listed was robbery, kidnapping, assault, hit and run. Okay, so there's some like are obvious that obviously not like a bombing. There won't be any fiber there. That's you know. So just some of it could be like just use your common sense on that. Number eight, the central canal running through many hairs is known as the medulla. Pigment granules that impart hair with color are found in the cortex. What feature of hair is important in making a species identification? Yes, the medulla is important, but it wasn't part of your option. So just, you can also tell by the cuticle pattern, which is the scales. Draw and label the three parts of the hair. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to go ahead and start with the two parts that are make the whole hair. This is the tip of the hair, and this right here is the follicle or root. This is the shaft. This right here is a shaft. Okay, so there's that, and then of course part of the shaft, and I'm going to do a cross section. This middle part is the medulla, and most of all this area is the cortex, and the outside where the scales are is your cuticle. These are where your scales are. Number 12, cellulose is the main component of wood. What are the stages of hair growth? Anagenic, catagenic, and telogenic. In making hair evaluations, it is best to view the hairs using a comparison microscope. Number 15, a regenerated fiber can be derived from cotton or wood pulp. During collection of fiber evidence, great care should be taken to avoid cross-contamination of evidence. What part of hair can DNA from the owner be retrieved from? From the roots or follicles? Number 18. Number 18, list 4 examples of natural fibers and identify where they come from. An example would be, let's see. Okay, so like cotton would be one, which is a cotton plant. Hemp, which is a hemp plant. Again, there's many other ones, but you know, these are the main ones that I'm just, this is wool, is and silk is silkworms, silkworm. Okay, list 4 examples, synthetic fibers, and again, there's several, but these are the main ones: rayon, nylon, polyester, acrylic, acetate, and so on. A visible light microspectrophotometer is a convenient tool with which to compare the colors of the fibers because, one, it's conveniently, you can see it through a microscope. So fibers can be studied on microscope slide. Microscope slide. 2 is very small. You just need very small samples. Can be compared. 3 is fibers are not destroyed as well. Fibers are not destroyed. Number 21, which examination of fibers for the purpose of identification and comparison would achieve the separation of dyes taken from the fibers? So when you're dealing with dyes, basically it has a lot to do with the weight of the molecules. But the only way you can carry it out is through a thin layer chromatography. Which examination of fibers would logically be taken first? So that would be, first you would do a microscopic examination for color and diameter. Which examination of fibers involves Be able to determine the refractive index of the fibers. That will be birefringence of the fiber. Microscopic hair comparisons must be regarded by police and courts as presumptive. (25) A fiber is the smallest unit of a textile material that has the length many times greater than its diameter. Okay, so when burning fibers, which fiber self-extinguishes, smells like hair, and produces hard beads? So this is wool. When burning fiber, which fiber self-extinguishes, smells like hair, and produces brittle black residues? That will be silk. When burning fibers, which fiber continues to burn and produces a gray fluffy ash? That will be a cotton. Microscopic examination of hair can determine in identifying if hair is human or animal. Which was the first man-made fiber? Definitely rayon. A fiber whose microscopic appearance includes being a ribbon-like in shape, flat, with twists at irregular intervals, is the cotton. Mohair and cashmeres are hairs from a goat. The most prevalent plant fiber is cotton. Oh, I just noticed I repeated that question. Okay, it's okay. Okay, so let's go to the last page. What hair growth phase does nuclear DNA typing can be most successfully accomplished on hairs that have been removed during which stage of growth? Anagenic. Generally, human hair can be distinguished from an animal hair by examining medullary index. And then you have absent, interrupted, continuous, that's your medulla patterns. So absent is just absent, there's nothing in the middle. Interrupted is like a road. Continuous would be continue. Okay. Explain how total magnitude is calculated in a microscope. You multiply ocular length, which is the eyepiece, times your objective lens. Okay, that's just a little bit from the past. Okay, so these two are going to be one of your short answers, so you don't know which one. This one you do on your own. Okay, I am going to pick one of those as for your exam. Okay, I mean, pretty much that's your review for your exam on Wednesday. We're not, you guys don't have school tomorrow, so hopefully, I don't know if some of you can vote, so hopefully you guys get to vote. If you can, but those who can, you know, make sure you make a little bit of time to do that only if you can. Okay, so anyways, I will see you guys on Wednesday. Wednesday should be quick because it's just an exam, okay? So I'll see you guys on Wednesday, okay?